I want to be a part of it, and I want to be a part of our new friend and everything he has going on. David Serach is joining us, and by the way, I said that right?
Yes, ma'am.
And you want to know how I know? Because when I asked him before he came on air, he said, like the vodka. He's like, hey, I know you're kind of person, Lindsay, like the vodka. And I'm like, I got you. David Serach, he's the Senior Director of Safety at Chalk Mountain Services of Texas. Welcome. Good morning.
Ma'am. Good morning.
Happy to have you. In Texas, I'm okay being called ma'am.
I was going to say the same thing.
Only in
there's
Texas,
a Texan right there. There's
Only
a Texan right there. Yes, ma'am.
Well, then what do you call? Because I'm from Texas. My daddy calls other men partner, and I really like. Hey, partner, how you doing? Put her there, partner. It's so cliche, and I love it. What do you call men?
I'm a sir.
You're a sir.
Guy.
A ma'am and a sir.
That's the military in me. I'm sir and ma'am.
Sir and ma'am. Well, thank you for your service.
Where'd you do your service?
United States Marine Corps.
You and my brother, by the way, and I tell this joke 1,000,001 times. I got to tell all my new Marine friends this joke. My dad, Army, my brother, Marine. They watch Army, Navy every year together. And year after year, there was a run where Navy kept winning. And my dad had enough. My brother jumped to his feet and went, yeah, go Navy. And my father went, it's good to see you finally admit you're in the Navy. He never cheered again in the room. David, it's great to make your acquaintance. How are you finding TXTA?
Oh, TXTA is a great event every year, this annual conference that just keeps getting better and better. Seeing the industry come together and trying to get better each and every year, the sponsors that come out and the vendors that come out to help support trucking is just outstanding. So it's been a great event so far.
Yeah, and the generosity last night, there's a lot of people who couldn't make the trip because of the summer or other plans, and yet the numbers in regards to the foundation fundraiser off the chart. As I told John Craddock, I said, good night, and I mean that both ways at the end of the evening. It was just terrific, right?
Absolutely. The work they do in creating the dollars that goes to supporting kids coming up and getting into the industry and just scholarships for children of the industry is just amazing. The work they do is outstanding.
I feel like, I'm going to say this, when I talk to companies who get it, like yourself, like people at Chalk, I feel sometimes like I'm being like, well, no crap, Sherlock. Like we say the things that are important, and when the values that I see from going through your website that is important for your employees are culture, care, and communication. Why do we have to say that? Why do we have to be like, these are what important? It should be, of course, what's important, but those are a real focus for you guys. And I think I want to start with the communication piece, because we talk a lot about how it's great for somebody on the corporate side to tell a driver what he needs, but to really have the communication piece where you're really there to listen to your employees and everyone out there in the field and have the bridge. That's really important to you guys at Chalk, right?
It is really important, and I think you have to say it because it's different by market that you get into in the transportation industry, and there's unfortunately a lot of companies out there that don't make that a priority. With driver shortage and what it is, and it's hard to retain drivers, you have to have an open line of communication with your people, not just from the terminal, but from the corporate office as well. I mean, if the executives of the company never go out and see their employees, that sends a message to your employees.
Well, if you don't want to retain people, if you've got a retention problem, you probably got a safety problem.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's the truth of the matter. And that, we kind of pivot here for a second, that's part of the reason you come to TXTA, because safety is no longer a proprietary thing. I think, Lindsay, that for a long time, the industry was so competitive that somebody would figure out something that was really safe and not share it and hold on to it. I think we've seen a real sea change over the last 30 years or so in particular, right? I
believe so. When I came up through the driver ranks, I was a driver. It was not uncommon to see drivers, go across the street for a cent or more per hour, right? But as technology has improved, I mean, drivers really want to work for a company that A, listens to them, but B, cares about safety, cares about their safety. Our whole mission is making sure drivers go home at the end of the day in the same condition they came to work in. And being part of TXTA and having the mentors and the networking that I have created around here to learn new ways of doing it, better ways of communicating, safer ways of doing things, just makes you better as a whole, and that's important to drivers. Because if you don't care about safety and you don't care about making them a priority, you're not going to retain them.
And then that leads back to, we've talked with several people about this today, but safety as it goes hand in hand with technology. And there's a lot of our drivers are obviously old school. They've been doing it a long time, and actually even some of the newer drivers are old school because they watched their daddy do it or their granddaddy do it, so they've got that mentality, right? And so when we say use the word technology or AI, and everybody sort of puts the metaphorical shield up, but in this scenario, y'all are really putting an emphasis on safety as it pertains to technology. So talk about a few things that and maybe for the driver listening that hears that word, wants to turn the radio off, somehow like, no, it's not going anywhere. It's only here to enhance and make it better, both so that we can do this long term and so that we can really negate some of the negative connotations that kind of fall around trucking.
Absolutely. The newer drivers in the industry, they embrace it. They grew up with it. They love the technology. The older generation of drivers that aren't that big of a fan of it, it's a learning curve, just like anything else. But I'll tell you what, in my experience, those drivers tend to rely on that technology as they learn it. I can't tell
whether
you
they know it or not. Probably,
whether they know
right?
it or
Some of them
not.
embrace it like crazy. We got some 71, 72-year-old guys still on the road who are like, oh, I love it.
And when I say old, I don't even mean age. It's 100% a mentality,
Set
right?
in your mind.
It is a mentality. I've come across 40-year-old drivers that their daddy raised them, and they're just automatically against technology because that's what was in their mindset. But, the best thing to me is when I have a guy that was leading the pack in, fighting the technology installation of whatever we were putting in place. I'll use dash cams, for example, that was just did not want it, hated the idea of it, and then within a few months they're coming to, hey, can you pull that video? Because, this guy cut me off, or I had a close call here.
And you just go, aha.
And at Chalk we have bonus programs in place, so which ties in their driver safety score from that technology. So I always equate this back to like professional sports. Drivers are no different. No profession is different. You've been driving 40 years, you can always get better. Just like a professional athlete, you have to keep training and toning your abilities to get better and better. And that's what we strive for at Chalk is to take the best drivers. I believe we hire the best of the best, but we want to make them better. And we use those technology tools to advance them and make them better. And it's amazing in our bonus programs how you see people that were either middle of the pack or maybe even the lower side, and then on our quarterly top driver presentations or our top driver of the year, those people start getting into those award categories and presenting them awards that they didn't think they could obtain, but through open communication and striving to be best, they get up there. So,
David, we're out of time. We are, like I said, we could go on for a while. I want to talk to you about your active service. Notice what I did there. Once, always, my friend. It is great to see you. Thank you for making time for us this morning, and the best of luck in all that you do. You're welcome to come back and be on the show anytime.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it, guys.
Let's go have a Serach vodka together next time.
Let's do it.
All right, let's do it, baby. Thank you, David.